Today I'm going to redo every game of the year since 2000, and you can do this with me. Just comment with your picks, let's start. 2000. The Sims took the crown that year, but I'm going to be honest here. That was a retarded decision. First of all, Sims was a game that was ahead of its time. It was for this decade when people didn't want to leave their homes because their computers were more comforting. But still, it wasn't very revolutionary. You can enjoy it, no doubt, but you know what was better that year? Diablo 2. Don't think it needs much introduction other than that it was a badass lifetime game. Just look at the graphics and gameplay. There's simply no reason why it shouldn't be the game of the year. Some game awards picked Diablo 2, but the most prominent ones picked Sims. 2001. Moving on to 2001's controversial Game of the Year pick, Halo took the crown from GTA 3, which makes no damn sense to me. Look, Halo was a total blast, especially on multiplayer late nights with the bros. It definitely brought console FPS action to new heights. But was its campaign really so groundbreaking? Generic sci-fi story, repetitive level design, copy-paste environments, nothing we hadn't seen before. Meanwhile, GTA 3 revolutionized open-world freedom, literally changing gaming overnight. Cruising Vice City and jamming to head radio as I unleash chaos never got old. The tone, the characters, and the non-linear structure all molded a genre going forward. I'm not saying Halo was bad, it just didn't earn the innovation prize over GTA 3. Halo may have sold more systems initially, but GTA 3 brought way more fresh ideas that impacted gaming in the long run. I still remember nearly every crazy Liberty City moment. Most Halo memories are just getting stuck with plasma grenades for the 100th time. So yeah, Halo was a heck of a multiplayer ride back in the day, but as a full package, GTA 3's open-world uprising was true Game of the Year material. I will defend that view to this day. 2002. Look, I get it. Battlefield 1942 revolutionized multiplayer with vehicles and large-scale warfare. But besides the chaotic fun, the actual design was janky as hell even then. Floaty tanks, garbage grenade physics, glitchy planes, Battlefield was clearly rough around the edges. Meanwhile, Metroid Prime on the GameCube delivered a phenomenal first-person adventure that still holds up flawlessly today. The atmosphere, level design, visors, and morph ball puzzles in Prime showed Nintendo polishing a new FPS vision to perfection. And that's the difference. Battlefield broke ground but felt unpolished. Metroid Prime innovated while refining everything to a brilliant shine. So rewarding, Battlefield felt premature when Prime represented a smarter evolution of the FPS formula overall. I dumped hundreds of hours into Metroid Prime's world, scanning every creature and artifact until it was 100% complete. In the end, Battlefield may have kicked off multiplayer mania, but Metroid Prime brought masterful FPS adventures to consoles. I've got to give innovation plus flawless execution the crown. Metroid got robbed. Prime showed how to reboot a franchise successfully. 2003. Moving on to 2003's pick, Call of Duty took the prize, and I ain't even mad. Unlike some questionable past winners, Call of Duty totally earned its Game of the Year honors. The cinematic set pieces of storming Omaha Beach and escaping Stalingrad in Call of Duty brought Hollywood blockbuster thrills to FPS campaigns. And the excellent sound design and controls immersed you in the action like never before. Look, 2003 brought some solid titles, no doubt. But none matched Call of Duty's innovations paired with flawless execution. This felt next-gen at the time, while other nominees seemed more polished. Call of Duty laid the groundwork for the Juggernaut franchise, and gameplay features the industry still emulates today. Quick scoping on Carentan, fragging fools on Harbor, nothing compared to Call of Duty's multiplayer, then or now. So I've got zero complaints about Call of Duty securing the 2003 prize. It pushed the genre ahead in all areas, and pioneered cinematic techniques other shooters still copy. The Academy chose very wisely this time. Hats off. 2004. I ragged on Halo earlier for winning in 2001. But I can't deny that Halo 2 definitely deserved Game of the Year over Half-Life 2 in 2004. I admit it. I was blinded by Half-Life for a good amount of time. But honestly, Halo 2 just offered way more pure fun. The multiplayer was untouchable with classic maps like Lockout, Ascension, and Zanzibar. Half-Life 2 didn't stand a chance. The evolved weapons, dual wielding, and tricks like sword flying made Halo 2 mechanically a shooter masterpiece. And you can't forget the badass story moments like crash landing on Delta Halo. I wanted to take the Covenant down more than headcrabs. Don't get me wrong. Half-Life 2 and Gravity Gun were revolutionary at the time too. But the vehicle sections really dragged things down. Halo 2 maintained thrills from start to non-stop finish. Halo 2 just nailed the complete package better. It drew me in way more than traipsing through City 17. The Academy definitely chose to reward gaming's ultimate power fantasy. 2005. In 2005, God of War earning Game of the Year was absolutely the right call. God of War brought insane levels of savage mythological action we just hadn't seen before. Kratos sliced and diced his way through ancient beasts and gods, better than any hack and slash before it. The sleek combat just felt phenomenal with all the chained blade action. Sure, some puzzle sections felt like filler, but come on. This was gaming's definitive power trip at the time. Who didn't feel like an unstoppable god slaying gorgons and minotaurs in bloodthirsty style? God of War still feels synonymous with addictive spectacle action today. And for good reason. The Academy knew true gaming greatness when they saw it in 2005. 2006. Gears of War feels like the natural choice for Game of the Year in 2006. The cover shooting mechanics just hit differently, literally game-changing at the time. Popping locust noggins with the Gnasher weapon never lost its visceral thrill. Moving on to 2007, Call of Duty 4's claim to the prize seemed inevitable. The modern shift to contemporary weapons and settings absolutely revitalized the series. The sniper missions still feel untouchable. All Gillied Up was just masterclass level design and tension, and perk-based multiplayer took competition to new heights. Call of Duty 4 set a gold standard for bombastic blockbuster first-person action that few have matched since. This was the entry that cemented Call of Duty's status as the true heavyweight champion of gaming. I'd go so far as to call modern warfare revolutionary. 2008. For 2008's winner, though, I'm sticking up for Metal Gear Solid 4 over Little Big Planet. The way Snake transitions between stealth and epic cinematic action set pieces is unbelievable. That final act battling Metal Gear while reminiscing on Shadow Moses? I still get chills. MGS4 represents storytelling and gameplay working in brilliant harmony. Meanwhile, Little Big Planet stood out more as a level creation concept than as a timeless game itself. Beyond the nostalgic visuals, it didn't bring that breakthrough magic. MGS4 all the way for me here. 2009. I know I'm in the minority, but Batman. Arkham Asylum should have taken the 2009 prize over Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 was an amazing cinematic thrill ride, but Arkham Asylum shook up superhero games way more. Graphics are still evergreen. 2010. Mass Effect 2 kicked off the decade right, winning Game of the Year in 2010. The universe, characters, and branching narratives. Mass Effect 2 delivered an intricately woven sci-fi tapestry still unmatched today. This was the perfect pick. 2011. And I fully endorse Skyrim as 2011's winner. The best ever Elder Scrolls game by far, and what I like about this game is the deep lore that it has. It must have taken years just to write those backstories for literally everything. 2012. For 2012, I've got to stand up for The Walking Dead over Journey for Game of the Year. Journey had some stunning visual set pieces, sure. But The Walking Dead made me care about characters like no game before through choice-driven storytelling. The whole game just kinda hooks you into playing it till the end because you just want more and more during the playthrough. 2013. Alright, I might cause a civil war with this one, but I think GTA 5 should have won the Game of the Year. The Last of Us story was pretty good and crazy, but what GTA 5 did 10 years ago is still standard, if you ask me. The story might not be the sexiest thing about it, but the gameplay and the innovations it brought, I mean, it's hard to compete with that. 2014 and 2015 will be no change. I mean, who the hell will even compete with Witcher 3? But 2016. I mean, there weren't any super cool games that year, but Doom was still a better pick than Overwatch. Overwatch doesn't even feel like a game of the year. It is just a good game you play sometimes, and Redditors use it for all the wrong reasons in the world, but Doom. I mean, Doom was epic. Definitely a better pick for Game of the Year. No change for 2017. I love characters who can't speak. But for 2018, I mean, this is like picking between Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, but we need a winner, and Red Dead Redemption 2 seems like a better pick. Both God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 were masterpieces. The reason I'm picking Red Dead Redemption 2 is because it doesn't even feel like a game if you complete it at least 50%. It feels so real. And while all the Norse mythology shit was cool for God of War, with Kratos' new attacks and screams, Red Dead Redemption was ahead. So I think it should have won Game of the Year over God of War. I don't have any problems with the remaining winners. All the winners were deserving except maybe 2021 when It Takes Two. But still, I won't fight it because the difference isn't significant. So let it be. And you, my friend, might be fuming because of my controversial picks, and it's all right. You will not be like this tomorrow. You probably will forget this video. If you don't want to, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself until then.